So it's 2025 now, and I know there's a lot of potential craziness happening, depending on your perspective. But I know a lot of people are also trying to do a lot of goal setting in regards to what they want to achieve. Last year, personally, was challenging. I lost my grandma and my father, and also got into a car accident, and it was financially tough. But it's a new year, a new set of, I'm not going to even say challenges, a new road to continue walking on, or a new chapter. And as I'm going through my stories and I'm going through social media, and I see a lot of these posts of people saying what they want to achieve, what they want to do, goals and whatnot. And I'm all for that. I'm all for goals. I'm all for achieving. I'm all for progressing. I'm all for becoming the best version of you, living up to your highest potential. But my perspective on goal changing has changed a lot, because a lot of the things I see is like, I want to be this, I want to achieve this, it's something that is kind of external, and it's something like they want to just like say, I want to get this, and I just hold on to it. And rather than looking within, I think this is the less fun version of goal setting, is like, who do you want to become? Who do you want to be by the end of the year? Because who you were by the end of 2024 is different than who you were by the beginning of it. And you evolved and changed whether you were purposeful about it or not. So, and sometimes that wanting a thing that's outside of you falls on the wayside because it is not part of the identity that you have adapted. And I think it goes back to what I just said is, who do you want to become? Because I believe who you become is much more important than what you achieve. Because anyone can achieve anything. Like, if you follow the steps and do the work, you can be an asshole, do the steps, still achieve the goal. Many of us know successful assholes, and many of us also know successful, good individuals. So it's a matter of who do you want to become? What is the identity? And then going to another example of, some people consider themselves coffee lovers versus someone who likes coffee, or people who are foodies versus I like food. It's a very different, I'd say it sounds the same, but it's different framing, different identities. Because a foodie, an artist, an athlete, those identities act differently from someone who just likes it. And the way I view it is, someone who wants, like, I want to achieve this, is someone who I think just would like to get that, versus I am this, therefore I will do the actions that are relevant to getting that goal. So pulling an example from my own experiences, I'm teaching dance. And when I read a regular Joe Schmo, some people say, I have 2 left feet, I can't dance. That's the identity that they've associated with. Therefore, those are the actions and things that they will do. They will continue to dance awkwardly. They'll do things that are aligned with said identity. And that's their reality. Where from my reality, I've taught dancers who think they have 2 left feet and are blown away when they can do a 6-step, or start learning how to b-boy or breakdance for the layman, or do choreography and perform, and then eventually find themselves on stage, or end up getting booked themselves. So instead of the goal being the thing, it's because once you hit the goal, what's next? If you drop 50 pounds, what's after that? Because once this is the whole thing of, like, I don't know, it's a lifestyle. It's super cliche of being someone who's fit, or someone who's a talented dancer, or someone who is a professional gamer, a professional athlete. It's not, here's the goal and they stop. It's who they want to be and they keep going. If we're going to the weight loss example, I want to lose this. Let's shift that to, I want to be someone who's fit. Cool. So instead of, I want to lose 50 pounds, 30 pounds, whatever it is, whatever arbitrary number it is, I want to be someone who's fit. Cool. I identify as someone who, as like, I'm a gym goer. Whatever title you give your identity, it's already aligned with the goal that you want. And you can probably think of all the things, all the steps of what this person embodies. Once you adapt the identity and you see the actions, I'd almost say start off with low-hanging fruit. So if, for example, if the identity of gym bro or whatever it is that you have in mind is 5 times a week, you can't commit to that, start off with once a week. Make it easy for yourself. If you can't commit to an hour, commit to 30 minutes. If you can't lift heavy, fucking don't do that. Start with something that works with you, that pushes you enough to start to see progress and to start building momentum. I'd say added nuance on that is like, yes, that is a great way to start, but don't keep it there. Don't just do what you want, do what is required. Because if you want to be someone who's fit, you will do what it takes to be that. That also means changing up how you eat. For people that I've worked with and people I know, they want to be professional dancers or entertainers. You can't do that once a week. You have to put in the reps. You gotta, I know a lot of professional dancers, you can't just do one video a week or go to class once a week. Those reps compound way faster than just once a week. And they do that because they identify themselves as a professional dancer. Professional dancers do certain things differently than from people who are just hobbyists. So what's also helped out is using the scientific method with goals. For example, I wanted Temper Tantrum to have a certain amount of people to show up at auditions. From there, the hypothesis was if I DM people, at least 100 people a day, a certain amount of people will come. Okay, like I'd say 30 because I didn't want to overflow the venue. So because just working with numbers, if I get at least 5% to say yes, doing that every day, I think it's a high likelihood. It's just numbers. So if I do X, then this will happen. Once you hit said goal or you're able to do something consistently. So if I go to the gym once a week, I'll probably lose 5-10 pounds, maybe. Make it measurable, make it easy to track. Once you're able to review your progress after maybe say 3 months, you change the hypothesis. Or even on a more personal example is if I post 5 reels and make 5 community posts on YouTube about this reaction content, I'll get more on the Patreon. And that worked. It grew both my Patreon and Temper Tantrum's Patreon tremendously around the summer and fall, which helped out with a lot of our filming. And that was because I adapted the identity of I am the leader of this company and I'll do what it takes to make sure that we get what we need. I had to be resourceful, and it wasn't convenient. It wasn't easy, but it was required. Again, very long story of instead of writing the things you want to achieve, figure out who you want to become, and then hypothesize, if you do this, will it get you closer to who you want to become? I think it's simpler rather than making a million fucking goals and lists. If you figure out who you want to become, that, or even have a vision of what you want for your life, that can dictate the actions you need to take. So that's it. Thanks for listening to my rant, my diatribe, my video. I'll see you guys in the next one.